How are you doing, Internet? I'm Beanut. Welcome to this stream in Genshin Impact. We are going to get back into the story to try to find out who killed Marx, otherwise known as Rex Lapis. And hopefully this is working alright. It should be. How are you doing, Internet? I'm Beanut. I am Beanut, a small streamer and YouTuber. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitch, you can like, comment, and subscribe over on YouTube, but only if you like what you see. I usually do gameplay, I do model building, and some reviews as well. So let's get straight into it. So I've done most of the dailies so far, including the last of my things here, I think, because if we go to him, not only do I not have any film left to use, I also have collected all 8 awards or rewards. Which should hopefully mean that I am finished with this this event. Though I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to wait a bit. But if I am finished, then I can give the rest of my plate colors to the people on my friends list. Just going over to him. I don't think he'll give us any... Huh. Oh, I can't claim them though. I claimed 8 of 8. I shouldn't be able to claim any extras, but I'm not sure at all whether or not it's possible. So I'm going to hold on to those for a little bit longer, I think. That's not what I wanted on the bottom. Underneath my game, I wanted OBS.
It's so nice to de-stress.
What I wanted to do today was to focus on the story so that I can unlock the Golden House Challenge. Reason being, the main reason being that my artifact set sucks severely. My stats for them aren't at all good. Where am I right now, anyway? Other than being in Liyue Harbor. I guess I'm kind of in the middle of it. Because I just did the Stormterror and Andreas today because they reset. But all I can say is that, wow, my ping is high. All I can say is that getting a bow prototype and a bad 5-star artifact aren't my idea of fun. I just want to check on something first. Despite the ping numbers in the corner being high, it doesn't seem like it's affecting my gameplay or recording very much. So I am going to proceed. Do I go up there? Yes, I do. I guess after the last bit, when I spoke last to Child, I was supposed to continue from just as, or just inside the bank, I guess. Wait, Vlad wasn't guarding it the last time. It was the girl. You literally caught me off guard, but I don't really wish to actively socialize with the people here. Who are you? I'm the guard. This is the North End Bank, which was opened in Liyue by Nation years ago. It's also the only non-local bank here in Liyue. That's about all I know. If you'd like to know more, you could talk to the manager. Let's see if he talks about his girl. Or the... Well, I did try to fit in first, but eventually I realized it was no use and just gave up. Even though I'd met a lot of people here, in the end I couldn't help but still feel a certain distance between myself and them. I was never included as a part of the group, even within the fraternity, and socializing with them was exhausting. At this point I've lost all interest in trying. Perhaps there are just too many cultural differences. Well, at least he seemed kind of open to it. Didn't mention the pen pal, so maybe he's not that girl's pen pal. And yes, I have already gotten the contents of the chest.
Welcome to the Northland Bank.
He's not wearing a mask. Is he from here in Liyue? Alright. I'm the account manager here at Northland Bank. Feel free to find me for help for any matters you'd like to take care of. If you're interested in a loan, I can assure you that our interest rates are better than any of the local lenders you'll find around Liyue. Oh, maybe it's not local. You'll also find our savings account much more competitive as well. Our interest return on savings will surely be higher than any local lender. No matter what your business may be, Northland Bank may always be the first to meet your banking needs. Tell me about Northland. This is actually a Citizens 9 bank that was opened here in Liyue Harbor. The building itself was constructed in accordance with the local Liyue style. However, many Liyue locals still seem to harbor some resentment toward our bank. They think that our presence here may be damaging the Liyue economy. But this clearly can be an opportunity that benefits everyone. As long as we can be fully integrated into the marketplace, the economy will only continue to grow more. As for our own nation's economy, We have the brilliance and foresight of Master Pantalone to thank. Oh, and we mustn't forget Her Majesty, the Starits have seen us that. So, he didn't really tell us much. What will Ekaterina tell us? Ekaterina, rather.
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui.
I have no intention of joining the Fatui.
You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost.
It's not exactly as solid as you think.
But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
No confirmation he is a Harbinger.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Liyue Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this one. There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner.
Which style is Jiangling from?
The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Liyue Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face-to-face with the Xinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style.
Trust you to only know these sorts of things, or I like this every time we talk about food.
Don't talk to Paimon like that! Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
You don't seem too angry. You only came in there for that? If my loading times weren't so long, I wouldn't be quite so annoyed. I don't know if I'll be able to unlock the Golden House Challenge just in this one. I don't know how long it will take to get there, especially knowing how long the Animal Archon storyline was. If this is anything like that, it'll take a couple more streams to get there. Especially as I won't do 4 hours this late. Let's see how far we have to go. Oh, is he just downstairs? Yep. Why take the stairs? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Aha, you made it. As promised, I have found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liyue Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
It's just taking us there?
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Ah, so we're meeting Zhongli. Of course, Zhongli would know about Rex Lapis. And there he is. Just like that, huh?
Hmm?
That was
Allow
weird.
me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui.
Function?
Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Anyone in particular you heard us about this one?
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Don't overreact, Paimon.
Indeed, it is as you have guessed.
I told you not to overreact.
The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
So he's a funeral man.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly.
Meaning?
Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
Oh, really?
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend.
But why Rex Lapis and why now?
The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst.
That's true, the Adepti are staying away from Liyue.
As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning.
But both have already been here.
In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Oh, do they not have a deicide to deal with? This is out of the ordinary, to say the least.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
I will accept.
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again.
Looks like no other choice.
If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
I guess Zhongli is
All right,
trusting us
my
on
bridge building
Chalice
work
Wood.
here is done. Turned out well, didn't it?
Well, remains to be seen.
You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
I don't think you really need to be more acquainted with chopsticks. It seems like you're a regular.
My chopsticks truly are difficult to use.
Liar. Is that it? That's really all he has to say. Small area. There doesn't seem to be any purpose to giving us access to this. Pretty paintings, though. What is the point there? If all we can do is interact him like that, with him like that, didn't tell us anything new. My load time really is abysmal, though. I guess we're simply to go with Li. And we can't talk to anyone else.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue?
I wouldn't say they're all around me. And Mondstadt seems freer.
I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity.
Indeed.
Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here.
They do have a bank, though.
Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Now, is it Qixing or a Qixing?
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure.
Okay.
These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow.
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prized Noctilucous jade worthy of a deity.
I have some jade. And if you have a place for us to mine... Go and buy Noctilus jade. I'm curious, can we open that up? No, we can't do anything with it right now. Interesting pathing. Ah, this fellow.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Seems unlikely as catch.
Betting? No, we're here for... What was it again?
Noctilius jade.
Noctilucous Jade,
Or
of
Noctilucous.
radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal.
You don't recognize Mr. Zhongli.
What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the Jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
The man who makes his living off betting on stones can't be trusted, so let me. What do you think, Mr. Zhongli?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the more if we buy them all?
Actually, it's 2 times more Mora.
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Mora doesn't matter to Zhongli.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
As it doesn't matter to him.
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
Like reputation.
What?
He's talking about economics.
Is this how the rich live?
You'd be surprised.
Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations.
Yeah, you call him child.
Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous Jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous Jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not.
So we can't tell even after we buy it whether it's good or bad.
We return to those crafty merchants to quibble. They will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it.
Would you care to share, for the sake of Rex Lapis?
A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger, the patterns, the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous Jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon.
So maybe its value is only visible in the dark.
Noctilucous Jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
I didn't realize you were such an expert.
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
But how do we subject it to heat without buying it?
Priceless, huh? Hyman's just said that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell?
And can we get some small samples?
That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all 3. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Sounds like
Don't
good
worry.
business.
I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Your samples.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Impressive handiwork.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy. If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
Ask Fraser for advice on wolves.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
So we should have Bennett and Barbara help it? And maybe Jingui. But who will do the pyro?
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
How about the kitchen in Zhengling's place?
You mean at Wanmin Restaurant? As long as we do it when she's not in.
She's not going to eat you.
That would not do. It is a place where people come and go. They would be endangered if the elemental reaction were to get out of control. We cannot take such a risk.
And we can go to the book.
Oh, Paimon remembers? We once saw this big pot down at the Data Upa Gorge in the camp of the Hilly Churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions.
And we'll have to push out the heliotrops.
Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
I'm surprised we can't do this at the alchemy bench. If I pour it in from here, it's close enough. And we're instantly across the land. Or more or less instantly. It just takes the same time as my loading screen. Which isn't all that impressive, is it? Collect all the things. That's the rule. And temporarily switch over to someone who has animal for this. It's the only way to get those blossoms.
My experiment will succeed.
Generally, I like to use supers.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a...
Hopefully that doesn't all go away. Here you are, Mona.
This is how it must be.
few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Snake wine? Mushroom. I just hope they don't mind us using their pot. Let's take a look at how many are around. Well, there's at least one big hilly trail close by. And I see more around. I am going to have to fight them after all.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line.
It's more than a bit impolite. When we go in to use it, we push the hilly trolls out.
Access denied.
There's at least one more. Nope. I can do that too, you know. Just a lot harder.
There's still soup in here. These hilly trolls sure have big appetites.
Shame to let it go to waste.
This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment.
As long as there's nothing unnecessary in it, I suppose. Still, shame to waste it. Probably a meal meant for the entire shard.
We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which.
I'm not sure I should rely on your memory.
Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is, so pay close attention.
Let's light it up!
Is there a better place to see from?
Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous Jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light?
Possible.
Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after.
How did they fall off? We didn't do anything. Oh, now that we're down here, but they aren't. How did that? Well, it didn't exactly miss. Okay, that one missed. No, mine. You're a bit tougher. Why does it want me to heat the pot again?
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls. They don't give up, do they?
Nope.
Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Born of ice and frost.
Is it Dendro Mage? That's no good.
Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
But first, Ganyu needs some healing. Is there a way we can pick up those? That doesn't affect that at all. I'm going for it here first for the heal, and then the rest of the way. It will not do to have her so close to death. Especially as she's a good close friend of an acquaintance of Zhang and a follower of Rex Lapis. Not that we've met Ganyu yet. Some automatic heal took the edge off of that. Alright, here we go.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
The third jade.
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous jade for?
Unless he really doesn't recognize one of the main people who are managing the funeral service. Huh.
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is...
Well, still investigating the matter.
Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
That's very generous of you.
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
He's standing right there.
In the safe hands of the Liyue and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
Well, let's not get ourselves down just yet.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
What a strange take on the value of money.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier?
I have the money.
That's a relief. Have a look, but
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
Please remember to bring money next time.
I will do my best. You have my thanks.
I wonder if we really can ask Child for more money.
What about the pickpockets?
It's too bad I don't remember where he is exactly.
Made another handsome sum today.
And it's not like a particular angle looks all that
What are you staring at?
familiar to me.
Huh.
It's kind of in the middle of the city, isn't it?
New stock at Sigu
The
Antiques.
key here is consumer
This is the Xinyu kiosk. Definitely a bit different. Maybe it's across the way. It was kind of in the middle of the town, too. He certainly wasn't at the bank. So considering what we know of the factory's stance on debts, not quite sure I want to have one standing with child or chilled. Really? There's no way she has more of what I need. No more Claymore prototypes.
You have
But
2 seconds
You
to tell
didn't
me what
let me
you need.
finish.
Lost dog. Just right here, isn't it? Guess I need to reactivate this to get the path in. There we go. I'm not sure it's been long enough, but that's checking with Bubu's pharmacy. See if we can get any more cheesing flowers.
Please, show me your
prescription.
Nice. I don't know what the horse tail is for exactly. Doesn't hurt to have it. course, they're no longer looking out for us now. Pardon me, Madam Ping. What type of flowers? Glaze lily is probably the last surviving one, and I just picked them. The sound of singing nourishes them and helps them grow. The sound of fighting or cursing is poison to them and eats away at their roots. That's why over centuries strike, they have disappeared from Lily's landscape. It was a beautiful one. I'd hoped that one day this flower would bloom all over Liyue once more. But in the meantime, would you take a few of these flowers from the Legion Terrace with you on your journeys when you see the world? Nice of her to give us 5 of them. Especially after we just picked them. Oop. And then it goes like that. Okay. Learning being all the effort that we just put into sneaking out of here. And of course, we're just walking in the front like it's nothing. Maybe we should talk to the secretary.
His top priority is the people's well-being.
I have some questions. Maybe that be it. Not that there's any problem with that. We do not exclude anyone here in Liyue. In the country, this being commercial part, people get nervous if they see a decline in foreign population. Thanks to the guidance of Rex Lapis, Liyue has gone from strength to strength in the last 1,000 years. Our forebears discovered the craft of producing glazes via firing. Trade with foreign lands grew, and Liyue prospered. Our biggest point of pride is that Mora, the kinds used as currency throughout Teyvat, are cast right here in Liyue of the Golden House. More importantly, Mora are named after Morax, which is the Rex Lapis' original name. Could you tell me about the cheesing? You'd say the cheesing are my bosses. Surely it doesn't count as workplace gossip if I'm giving you the backstories. Cheesing, or 7 stars, is the Liyue business committee. It is also used as a collective term for the 7 business tycoons who sit on the committee and handle Liyue's government affairs. I trust you have heard of Ningren of the Jade Chamber. Like her, each cheesing is a major player in business circles, whose every action has a profound influence. They are responsible for implementing the policy that comes down from the Rex Lapis and making rulings on important matters that are akin to the hands and feet of Rex Lapis. Tell me a bit more about them. They do in fact have a clear internal division of labor. Besides Lady Ningguan, with whom you are familiar, the Yuhen, Lady Yiqing, is in charge of land, construction works, and the like. Liyue is very fast and requires strict regulation and eminent developmental direction. The other esteemed members of the Cheesing are also highly accomplished in their own fields. They are the pillars of the prosperity that Liyue enjoys today. Is there another one? Here at Yu High Pavilion. This is where the Cheesing discuss official business and rule on major issues that affect the whole of Liyue. To serve the Cheesing is to serve all of Liyue, so it is my honor to be working here. Sometimes I feel like the whole way I carry myself has become more dignified since I started working here. Okay. None of the big shots are here right now, presuming they're all busy with private business. Or, you know, with things to do with Rex Lapis. I wonder if that was the same fast that escaped me before. I hope they don't mind me taking flowers.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Fingers crossed Child will reimburse
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite.
The rite of ascension took place here also.
That's right. The Liyue Cheesing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith.
We've walked in here
Although
anyway.
with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about.
I guess we've already been pardoned, otherwise they would have stopped us.
Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Cheesing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here.
Seems a bit too easy going.
These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
And yet you seem to have none.
Wow! Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Cheesing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available.
The Cheesing provide the location and chop the funds, or they must have some ulterior motive.
Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable.
If that's how things are done here.
In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit.
Well, it's not our place to say otherwise.
Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes now?
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and Adepti.
You know a lot about this as well.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
Why do you sound so bored?
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Did we get more funds first? We got some silk flowers from over there, but I guess they're not the silk flowers he was talking about. I'm not sure I should go off there like that. Or maybe it doesn't really matter.
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
You can't beat the atmosphere here in Liyue.
I should open a store here.
You can't beat the atmosphere here in Liyue.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
Maybe Zhongli should do the talking.
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur.
He knows things.
You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
This is what I get for calling Paimon emergency food, even though I didn't do it often.
Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily.
I know not of what he speaks, but clearly he does.
Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, It has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the Adepti.
So, which is best for thee here?
Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
He said no.
Wow! A true connoisseur! Most of that was news even to me.
So maybe you'll exchange for a discount for that information.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
I'm still an ignoramus on horticulture.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird.
You know, for someone who doesn't in the habit of carrying out around Mora, you seem to have some rather large spending habits.
But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply.
So what are we doing?
Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents.
So we have to take more than one?
Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case.
So who's paying for it?
Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any Mora on you?
Not enough.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
I see a pattern, Archon.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true.
Well, he's certainly well loved.
Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Sounds like a bad business decision.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Good for commerce, I guess.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
And Child's wallet.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
Maybe Paimon should lead.
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Outside the city? There isn't one in.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild.
You can't beat the atmosphere.
Let's ask Lan! She's master of the Liyue branch, right?
I suppose I could just port there. I wanted to have a look around, see if there's anything worth picking up on the way.
I just like to make people smile.
I can't believe the well got polluted.
We need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
You know how to make perfume?
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person I am.
Not about looks.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lon. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lon's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimei.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lon. See you around.
Are you sure about this?
Long sword in hand and the world at my feet.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Do you know how to make perfume?
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself.
She's kinda tall. Well, at least taller than he is.
That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
Uh-huh.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
And we've been having more problems.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
We have not.
Yingar? Oh, as in scent of spring, Yingar?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
We go back the way we came. Oh, man.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
You have, haven't you?
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady.
You know, I'm reminded of someone.
Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
She's not.
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
The bespoke triple silk flower variety.
3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it?
It's for Rex Lapis. You got a problem with that? But that seems weird.
Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
It's not about water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, "O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither."
What are we talking about again?
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
She definitely reminds me of someone.
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
We could go back to the gorge, or the kitchen at Jiangwing's. But that already has a scent. So it's the gorge then.
You mean Wanmin Restaurant? Good choice. Let's go.
I figured she wouldn't want to go all the way to the gorge.
That's not being honest, that's just plain stupid.
Try something new at the Wanmin Restaurant.
Liyue's really got a lot going for it.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
Lisa. She reminds me of Lisa.
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
Well, I'm setting up. You can go and fetch some water.
Wow. Liyue's really got a lot going for it.
We need to go where?
Should I save this money?
People must have iron stomachs.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Wow. Liyue's really got a lot going for it.
Just in the back, I guess.
Ugh. Liyue people must have iron stomachs.
Oh.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Try something new at the Wanmin Restaurant.
This water will do nicely.
You're sure about that?
Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
Definitely flavors of Lisa, only more so. Got it.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Should I save?
As long as the job gets done. I don't mind if she's a little thirsty. Look at all the stuff we can make now. Of course, we don't have the materials for everything. Let me find some. No one has a bonus. But I do have an alchemist in the party anyway. See. So they each give off different types of scent. This one is sweet, this one is intense, this one is elegant.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all.
Ready.
The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Okay. A little guidance to help you make some perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant.
I was expecting to actually have to do something. Glad it wasn't complicated.
A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
Oh, in a way this is true.
Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment.
Yes, and I'm sure you remembered mine.
You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Very well.
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood.
Thanks.
Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words.
Please, no more words. Not sure I can monetize this. Even if I could monetize.
One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard.
One can't even sail one sailing boat without a full crew.
Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
At Dentime Friendly's Adventure.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
He's all the way over there? I was expecting him to be there. teleportation. The faster, cheaper. And my water bottle is leaking. No one else but us here? Are these just berries?
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
Unless that person is the statue.
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
Indeed we have.
3 sets, and not one less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies.
Oh, she remembered most of what Yinger said.
Oh, what was that?
Looks like Rex Lapis really likes this one.
That's the one older ladies like, right?
Well, they are older.
Does
The oldest
that mean that
Adepti.
Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
They are the oldest Adeptus.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Qixing can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
Well, we do need to see the exhibit.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
Probably Madame Ping would recognize him. There's Mint, the shiny thing I was seeing behind him. No. There isn't a closer one, I think. Unless I come in from above. This was a bit less investigation than I had expected. Hey, are they back? I guess they're not pickable then. That's fine.
All things must change.
How do you do?
Youngster, are you here to admire the flowers?
Something like that.
But it's a shame. These glazed lilies have almost all wilted.
I could have sworn we picked them before.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully.
And I guess not so joyous times.
But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free.
Rumors. And what is that which lies in the deep?
This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all.
Let's be sure to have some water in hand, shall we?
Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
We'd like to borrow something from you.
Borrow something? Oh, you've come to borrow the cleansing bell, yes?
Got it in one.
Apart from that, I don't have anything of value that you youngsters might want. But it was not originally mine, either. That trinket used to belong to a friend of mine.
Was his name Rex Lapis, by any chance?
I was a vain beauty when I was young, and I would pester him for that bell all the time. He could not dissuade me, and so he gave it to me. But he said that if someone should come to borrow it, I must not be loath to give it away. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
I am a Knight of Favonius, certified lost property finder.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
Oh, and the things you're proud of aren't weird?
All right, children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work?
The bell is only...
Hey, that's rude! And even if it was like that, it must be a very expensive bell, right, Granny?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
This Granny's so weird. What does she mean her whole household is in here? Is she playing with us?
Let's find it. Ah, magic. No wonder. taking a while to pause the recording. And back in there.
Huh? Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
There are slimes in here too.
Access denied.
Move it. This is just like Cloud Retainer's place.
You notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Whoops. I guess you really can follow.
Let's light it up!
Oh, it's the spider gem. Bye-bye.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an Adeptus?
Anything seems possible at this point. Oops. Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if it comes up first. Or maybe it already came up above us? Yep.
I'm more and more convinced that she's an Adeptus. But Chilean karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Maybe she just loves Liyue that much. Let's see if you can keep up with me. Taking too long.
Get out of here! Take cover!
These mobs have some unusual powers I haven't seen in any other slimes.
Out of the way! I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Steady as stone.
That one has unusual powers too. Did I miss?
No touching.
Maybe it's not the slime.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Let's light it up!
This slime? Or spider? There was something, but I'm pretty sure you just get through there normally. Oops.
How many levels does this teapot have?
Enough.
It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Ah, this must be the cleansing bit.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
What the amazing domain you have there, Madam Queen. definitely remind me of crowd retainers. And just pause again while it loads. Seems unless I press on, I'm not getting to the Golden House challenge. And we're back.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
Are you an Adeptus, man?
An Adeptus? Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
I understand that you're not ordinary.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless Adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters.
I see.
To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed.
When in Rome.
Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands.
You could say that.
So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
But if your friend doesn't return it?
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door.
So they do have it all.
We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return.
We do have a right to perform.
Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
Especially given what we saw in that pot.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Bigger on the inside.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
So do we have to go to the same place to put that in place? It's kind of between all the different teleportation spots.
What goes on in the minds of the teacher?
How could a divinity like Rex Lapis die? Even though I witnessed it myself, I can't believe it. He must have just moved back to Celestia. I mean, many of his old Adepti pals are still there, right? As for Liyue, I'm sure he made thorough arrangements. Why, you ask? I've lived in my hometown for several decades now, and I sure did miss home a few times when I was here for the rite. Rex Lapis has been with us for thousands of years. I'm sure he'll miss us too. Oh.
Indeed.
Who knows?
This is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition.
He is an Archon.
Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
You know Madame Ping?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Kites, you say?
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
This has something to do with the right.
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
I wonder how much more we'll need.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
We probably need to go to the person who sells toys. Yeah, this one seems to be faster. Granny Shan.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life.
True.
We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry, jade pottery.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Their use is subjective, I would say, Paimon.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
I see.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that.
I think part of it was that Zhongli wanted to see people.
Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that.
Indeed.
I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
So one represents Barbados, and another Rex Lapis, and another Tsuritsa.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon.
Oh?
As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
It actually suits the Archon of Freedom and the Archon of Contracts.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon.
Oh, you're familiar with the other Archons. We haven't met them yet.
These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes. These details are masterfully done.
Got something to say about Tsaritsa?
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Shame we can't see what he's talking about.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
He says...
Well, allow me.
Child, you're right in time.
Hey, it's Child!
Did you arrange to meet here?
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet.
If he has his wallet.
He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
Not when his wallet is nearby.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
He doesn't hunger.
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations.
Indeed.
The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Huge bag of more.
What about the pickpockets?
So was that added to 50,000? Funds provided by Child, the sense of stability one gets from its weight also makes one unwilling to part with it. The face value of each of these gold coins is very large, but they can be redeemed for smaller change at the Northland Bank.
What about the pickpockets?
Hello, Toad.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Big adventurer. We have need of 5 crystal flies.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
A most fair price.
No, it's not.
That won't do, I'm afraid. It's too little. Too little, I say.
I could get them myself.
That won't do, I'm afraid. It's too little. Too little, I say. 5 Geo Crystal Flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
Again, I could do it myself. In fact, I have 5 crystal flies. Attack, so
a full
I'll be
day
the
of odd
complete
jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Wait, let's talk prices.
That's too little. Hardly a fair price. This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
And higher up. Oh. There's Tick.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
50 tree branches and 20 stacks of lumber.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 Mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
Can you do it in 2?
Let me think. Deal. This price is reasonable. I'll hop right to it.
Adventurer! Think you can last a round against...
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming!
Great.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What do you mean?
What info do you need?
No.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
Are you forgetting what happened?
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Of course not. He called his bluff. Sort of. Not that he's not entirely untrustworthy, but he is not trustworthy. Oops, I got caught in the corner. The usual attendant isn't there.
Huh. The reception is deserted. And it seems kinda spooky in here.
Yeah, this is the first time no one else has been here. Also, tablecloth seems to be flooding over here.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
Lower down, apparently.
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Paimon, you float. You can see over the counter from there. It'd be Chi-Chi.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Paimon, if we're going to talk about height.
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction.
Yeah, so how come you couldn't see her floating there?
Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead?
She would appear to be a Chinese jumping zombie.
It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Do zombies count as Adepti?
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Oh, you'd have to have a regular zombie, not a Chinese one.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself.
Uh-huh. But she maybe change her orders.
My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
She agreed easily enough.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
I want her in my party.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Okay, but what kind of mental gymnastics can she do?
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
And the what with the witch at where?
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this device before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an Adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the Cocoa Goat.
Does it even exist?
The Cocoa Goat is a legendary animal, an Adepti beast.
Oh?
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the Cocoa Goat is a legendary animal, an Adepti beast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
You tell us if you remember anything else you don't remember.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a Cocoa Goat?
Cocoa Goat found.
Cocoa Goat. Go find it.
But I did. Right here. Hello, Cocoa Goat. No, I don't have one right there, but I do have one here. I won't continue much further, even if this doesn't complete. I am unfortunately running low on time. Because cheesing flowers around, and again I'm not at the top. Coming in for a landing. Good thing it doesn't shoot us.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
Or use magic.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
So are we to fix it?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
Knowledge is not a power.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand.
No, you also make little pillars.
That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was first built, in case it was damaged in battle.
Would those be in any condition to be used, though?
As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic.
So is there a specialist?
With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
I guess it would be too much to ask for a specialist. After all, the ballista was built so many centuries ago.
Where
ancient machine of divine conception, and it could only come to fruition by the hands of mortal craftsmen through a tremendous degree of toil. Likewise, only through painstaking maintenance can it remain a fully mighty weapon. After centuries of peace in the land, should that ancient evil rear its ugly head and plunge the world into war once more, these spare parts shall be needed, and a craftsman of suitable caliber and character must be summoned to collect them. Note to the collector: the structural parts, namely the beams and bow limbs, will all be found folded and stacked in the storage room. Robust and treated with lacquer, one may rest assured that they will remain completely intact for a millennium. As for the finely crafted parts, such as the trigger, fasteners, fletching, bowstring, and so on, they will be found in a dedicated container. Please take that which you need. This machine is integral to the defense of this land against its most formidable foes. Cherish each part of it belong to your own body, and perform your solemn repair duties with the utmost devotion. Cursed be any who would disgrace the history of this great machine by taking shortcuts in their work. And their way inside. I don't see any earth tokens. See if I can get on to the roof. Sometimes there's a hole that you can get in, but I'm not finding one. Not finding anything I can interact with.
Steady as stone.
Great, now we got two of them. Missed. What do I do about the ballista? I can't really seem to get in. Unless what I need is somewhere there. Oops.
leave no stone unturned.
Oops. Getting underneath it. That doesn't look like it should be. No. To work. Where does this go in?
I must leave no stone unturned.
I've looked at every angle to try to get in. Maybe something over there.
Scry the sky.
Let's light it up!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Right, down there. I expected to find something nearby that would help me to open the thing. There's stairs.
Didn't see that coming.
Let's light it up!
Nothing left there since I already removed it. And it was here before, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do to open up the path to the ballista.
shadows of fate.
You're open.
Let's light it up.
If this has anything to do with the quest, though. Not a Horus here. And again, probably nothing to do with this.
Out of the way! Ow!
That's the fast way.
Get out of
In
here!
fact, this has
Take cover!
nothing to do with the quest either.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Out of the way! Ow!
Definitely too far away for this to have anything to do with it. I just wanted the orbs. Basically no chance this has anything to do with it either. But I don't think they'll do it. He wouldn't have let me alone anyway. Probably. I don't know, I would have expected the way to open that up to be somewhere nearby. Like there were markings and stuff. This is where I was before. And I just went full circle. Oh, the torches there had to do with the chest, not with this. How to open this? Something that I can put in there? I don't think I can put Burning Buddy in, but it might be worth a shot.
Leave it to me.
Yep. Of course, she can't go through the bars. And nothing else can get through.
What are my orders?
Okay.
Born of ice and frost.
Oh, that went through. Wow. How are you supposed to do that without
No
getting
stone
it?
unturned.
maybe I could have used Noelle's ultimate. No, in any case, I should now be able to repair the ballista. Or help repair it. I don't think any of my heroes know how a ballista works.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Well, it looks much better than it did.
Ooh! Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
Treasure hoarders.
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what exactly?
Defend Liyue.
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area is supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it!
Oh, so you dismantled it.
The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces! And that's if you get out of this alive!
Strong words.
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. They don't like that I'm up here.
Born of ice and frost.
Have a taste of this!
Let's light it up! Let's light it up!
Another test subject. That team try.
Okay, let's take another approach.
Let me scribe. Decided by destiny. Let's light it up.
I got careless.
There goes your archer. What are you doing? Ah, the boss himself.
No touching.
You're open!
And down he went. There's someone else behind me. Wait, did someone fall down? Oh.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Do we know who we're messing with?
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Chi-Chi.
Are you referring to finding the Coco Goat?
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong Ballista working, but where's our Coca Goat?
A search using the Guizhong Ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptis technology should have no trouble detecting an Adepti beast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means...
It wasn't a complete waste.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
Yes, we restored one of the defensive devices of Liyue.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Someone to talk to her about this specific step. I was hoping to have completed the big combat part of this, and instead we went on a series of fetch quests. Of course, we gotta get to the pharmacy first. Coco. Hello. Here's your Coco Goat.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adepti beast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
So even the zombie can feel disappointment, huh?
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
What do you need this Coco Goat for?
Coco Goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adepti beast could make such tasty milk.
Milk?
I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
No wonder we couldn't find a Coco Goat.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
We didn't check either.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and... So how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
You're cute, so we'll forgive you.
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
It all begins with the fruit of the coconut tree. And to tell you where coconut milk comes from.
No. Impossible.
Sorry, no Adepti beasts involved.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
It just needs time to work through it.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
And who are you?
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
No, so you're the big boss.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck.
Maybe you shouldn't call people who you just met wackos, eh?
What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi.
Well, you're not the first person to call Paimon a mascot.
The snake is speaking!
That definitely surprised me.
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Don't mind Chung-Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Don Lee's business, actually.
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last! Things are finally starting to come together.
It might not be so easy to get it, however.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
3 million?
You might as well just rob the Golden House!
Oh, she's like...
Oh, but the Cheesing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself. Though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
Only he would call it innocuous.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
No shame at all.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
What would you have done?
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Just occurred to me to ask, what's it with the guys and bearing their midriffs in this game? Just asking.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Chi-Chi wants her milk.
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
Is that how much you're knocking off? 10,000 mora seems more reasonable.
That's like zero difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, We must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, Little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
You're a bit fast, Sonic.
Ah, that lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope? What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
This is good. There will be coconut milk from now on. Yes, it's good.
What an odd exchange we've had. Well, I look forward to your patronage in the future as well.
That sound is the laughter of a man who's found new people to fleece. Consider yourselves warned.
Thank you for the warning, Shang-Shing. Well, say goodbye to your cocoa goat, Chi-Chi. I need to get to a place. And that's as much as I could go with my stamina at its current level. Little implement using the red of parting, the cleansing sound of the bell rings the deity of all, rids the deity of all impurities from mortal world, which bids them farewell. Something like that. It's hard to believe someone would store such a precious art object in a teapot filled with cobwebs. A specially prepared perfume made from a rare type of silk flowers. It has a faint scent. Still, why would Rex Lapis go for the scent preferred by older women?
May the Lord of Geo protect you and fortune find you.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far off.
So we're not done just yet.
Ooh, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
It's been interesting, I would say. I'm not sure if we've been living the high life or experiencing the struggles of the poor. I guess Paimon will say the other.
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided to treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the Mora this time.
You'll bring child, won't you?
Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole-in-the-wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
May the Lord of Geo protect you and fortune find you.
There's no,
May the Lord of Geo protect you and fortune find you.
no location. Where are we in all this?
May the Lord of Geo protect you and fortune find you.
I failed to find the coconut and managed to repair a mechanism. So long goodbye. Prepare everything necessary for the rite of parting. I think that maybe that is where we should call this this stream, this episode, whatever else you might want to call it. Because even though it's only been 3 hours, it is getting late. So we'll pick this up again another time.
May the Lord of Geo protect you and
What's my resin at now? Only 50. So it wouldn't have been enough anyway to do the challenge. Well, we will see what's up later. So, I do hope that you enjoyed what you watched today. If you did, of course, you can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and keep your eyes out for more. I will eventually have a schedule down that you can follow, but just not right yet. So, as for Twitch and buffering, I can find someone, hopefully, I can find someone to raid on Twitch. I don't think I've ever rated Mirror Pink before. So let's do that. So thank you again for watching. Until the next time, please do stay safe, stay healthy, and be excellent to one another. Bye-bye.
Never thought golf game was a gacha game. Anything is a gacha game. Get a nice shot in trade match. Alright, trade match time. Who's gonna get their butt kicked by me today? Okay, maybe I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Look at that! Look at their club, dude! What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck? Oh, it's cute. Stop singing, you're distracting me. Look at it! Look at his little face! Do you see him? You see him, right? You see my little catty boy? Bonk! change the voices to Japanese and American. And in Korean, it sounds really weird. I don't know. Well, didn't break this